right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, breaking news. You likely got an alert on your phone about a suspect. Police say he shot a police officer. We're live with the breaking details. And tonight, grave concern.
We have relatives out here. They once had a face, they had a name, they had a life.
Families left searching for loved ones in their final resting place.
24 hours and the heat begins to break. The change is coming for the weekend that will make you smile.
We start tonight with that breaking news out of Lincoln County. Just minutes ago, the Missouri State Highway Patrol canceled a blue alert after locating a man accused of shooting a sheriff's deputy. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. This all started at a home on Creech School Road in Troy, Missouri earlier tonight. Our Laura Barczewski just talked with law enforcement. She is on the scene live. Laura.
Yes, Mike and Ann, we're actually still waiting for a couple more updates from law enforcement, but we did find out from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office that one of their deputies was in fact shot, but has non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital. The scene is still pretty active here right now. We are on a dark road here in Troy, Missouri. Creech School Road, as you mentioned at the beginning, and there's still a lot of activity going on across what seems to be like a little pond or something near the home where they believe this all kind of started. The Missouri State Highway Patrol sent out a blue alert, and as you said, they were just located the suspect. You likely all got this on your phones at home, a little alert that sounded off with a notification. We're still kind of trying to verify what's all kind of happened here, but ultimately they believe that this suspect fired shots at law enforcement. We don't really know the exact cause or what caused him to shoot at police, but again, we do know that one deputy has been shot. The blue alert named the person as Thomas Vivera Jr., 54 years old, and again, the suspect has been located. We are still waiting on the Missouri State Highway Patrol to meet us to give us more information about what transpired here. We saw lots of different law enforcement agencies responding. I saw Wentzville, St. Charles, Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Missouri State Highway Patrol. So we will keep you updated on exactly what happened, and we will keep you posted as we are expected to talk to the Missouri State Highway Patrol here soon. And again, that officer is suspected to be okay. He had non-life-threatening injuries, and we don't know if anyone else was injured or what condition the suspect himself is in. Reporting live from Lincoln County, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
And we'll get back to Laura if we get any new information. We remain in a weather alert tonight with another hot and humid night in St. Louis.
We still have another 24 hours left in this excessive heat warning. The first went into effect on Sunday. Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's here with details of some much needed relief. Scott.
Yeah, it's definitely on the way, but we still have to wait until tomorrow. You know, something that's been very unique with this particular heat wave, the actual temperatures haven't been all that hot. It's been the humidity levels that have been unusually high. We had 3 days this week where the dew-point temperature hit 80 degrees in St. Louis. That just doesn't happen. That's the first time that's happened in the history of observations for hourly observations going back to 1946, something that's very rare. And today's high was 101. That's too shy of the record. But here's something else that's adding up for this heat wave. This morning's low, 82 degrees. We're not dropping below that before midnight, and that plays a factor into how this heat is affecting our bodies. Overnight lows early this morning, we're only down into the mid-70s to lower 80s. And that's the same case again tomorrow. And we know that heat has that cumulative effect on our bodies. Right now, temperatures, once you get away from town, are still in the low to mid-80s. But for a lot of us, it still feels like it's around 90 degrees right now. And we will continue to see this heat linger into tomorrow. One more dangerously hot day. The peak heat index tomorrow, 106 to 118 during the afternoon. While there may be a spot shower or thunderstorm tomorrow, there's a slightly better chance on Saturday, and Saturday will begin our day of relief as we transition to a cooler pattern. Ann?
Thank you, Scott. The excessive heat is leading to changes for area students. St. Louis Public School District is warning parents of bus delays up to 2 hours because of bus drivers calling off due to the heat. Those buses are not air conditioned. Some districts have switched to remote learning. Some schools like Francis Howell are dismissing early. Friday night football games are also being delayed or postponed. For more information on cooling centers and how to stay safe in these dangerous temperatures, text the word HEAT to 314-425-5355 and we'll send that information to your phone.
Breaking tonight, history in Georgia. You're looking at the first mugshot of a former U.S. president. Just a few hours ago, Donald Trump was booked into the Fulton County Jail after turning himself in on charges that he tried to overturn the state's 2020 election results. Tonight, Mr. Trump talked to reporters after posting a $200,000 bond. Jay Gray has the latest from Atlanta.
The former president's motorcade pulling through the gates of the Fulton County Jail, rushing past dozens of supporters gathered outside.
This is crazy. It's sad, and I never thought I would see it in my life.
Mr. Trump surrendering to state police, facing more than a dozen felony charges, including racketeering and conspiracy for his alleged efforts to overturn results in the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. Inside the facility, less than 30 minutes, the former president is read his rights, fingerprinted, has an inmate ID assigned, and mugshot taken. That photo released publicly, something prosecutors haven't done in 3 separate indictments earlier this year.
What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
Mr. Trump pausing before boarding his private jet, denying the allegations and saying the now 91 charges he faces in 4 separate cases are politically motivated.
What they're doing is election interference. They're trying to interfere with an election, and we have every right, every single right, to challenge an election that we think is dishonest, that we think is very dishonest.
Which is why Mr. Trump says he'll plead not guilty during his arraignment, the next legal step in this historic, high-profile case. The Fulton County District Attorney says that arraignment hearings for the former president and 18 co-defendants could start in less than 2 weeks. Jay Gray, NBC News, Atlanta.
Tonight, Illinois State Police are investigating a traffic stop that led to a man's death in Madison County. According to police, 28-year-old Kyrie Myers of Berkeley stole a Washington Park officer's car during that traffic stop on State Road 203 overnight. Investigators say the officer fired shots as Myers sped away, and about 10 minutes later, he was found lying along State Road 162 in Granite City. Police say he got out and was struck by another squad car and a passing driver. He died at the scene. Concerns keep growing tonight about the conditions of Washington Park Cemetery in Berkeley. This comes just one day after police say 2 men were caught on video, possibly illegally digging up a gravesite. Just hours ago, our Robert Townsend spoke with a woman searching for her loved one's headstone.
It's right in here.
For the past 3 months, Sharon Webb has been on an agonizing search
Very disappointing.
to find her grandmother's headstone at Washington Park Cemetery.
Her headstone is gone. So, and it hurts.
Webb tells us 52 years ago, her grandma, Nancy Scales, was buried at the Berkeley Cemetery. Sharon says when she visited Washington Park 2 years ago, she took this picture of her grandmother's headstone. But when she went to the cemetery on Mother's Day and today, Webb could not find it. Is it possible we're in the wrong area?
No, not by any means of the word. I know where all my relatives are.
Long overdue for an assessment.
Asia Corrigan is the president of the St. Louis Preservation Crew. The nonprofit and other groups say hundreds of headstones have sunken, including military memorials and much of an infant section. The groups also say many headstones are buried by overgrown brush or grass.
We need a holistic, multifaceted solution. The powers to be should step up.
County records show Kevin Bailey's Amazing Graces LLC has owned it since 2009. This afternoon, I called Craig Smith, the cemetery owner's lawyer, on the telephone. He admits right now the cemetery has no staff, no financial base, and no endowment. Smith tells me the abandoned cemetery's future is definitely bleak. Smith says Sharon Webb and others looking for their loved ones' stones must go to the Missouri Historical Society, where all records are currently kept.
Can't get in contact with anyone.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Washington Park Cemetery is 103 years old. It's been more than 30 years since the last person was buried there.
Tonight, a South County man is back home safe more than 2 months after he was reported missing. Stephen Wehrman was found at a homeless shelter in Chicago this week. He was last seen June 6th withdrawing money from his bank. He then paid $960 for a cab ride to Chicago. His family tells 5 on Your Side the 61-year-old, who has a developmental disability, was distraught over the death of his mother.
Tonight, the plan by 2 local businessmen to provide free gas for hundreds of drivers has hit a roadblock.
In a viral social media post, they advertised the event to happen this weekend in Richmond Heights. But as our Brent Solomon explains, the city made its own post saying the event won't happen.
Listen, man, it's a lot of talk in the city, but not a lot of action.
Our post that we created had a combined of over 300,000 views, so we didn't even plan for that. I know for us, our impact was felt because the city responded.
Financial literacy coaches David Williams and Roman Long posted the video as an advertisement a month after they say they spoke with the owner of this auto shop connected to the BP gas station on Clayton Road and South Central Avenue in Richmond Heights.
He said, well, hey, you know, if you guys are coming in and fill up the tanks, right, that's
He was
fine.
all for it.
He was for it.
So they decided to throw in $5,000 each to give away $10,000 in gas this weekend. In addition to hiring private security, they say they went to Richmond Heights Police this week with a request.
I originally went there Monday just say, okay, look, we're having this event. If we got some off-duty officers, right, that'd be preferable. Just keep everything nice and safe, nice and calm and collected.
And what did they say that day?
They said they just couldn't provide it.
They said, no, we can't.
Yeah.
You got it. Then these posts on Twitter from the city. You will not be able to get gas at the BP location, free or otherwise, this weekend. That BP station is closed the weekend of August 26th due to pre-planned resealing and maintenance.
Then it just became a big mess.
When I went inside the gas station to ask for the manager, I was told he wasn't there. I reached out to the police chief. He said in an email, if contacted in advance, I would have shared my concerns over the size of the gas station and its ability to accommodate several hundred vehicles in a short amount of time. It's not really an accommodating spot for traffic control purposes.
All we could think about was who wouldn't want this free money? It's free money.
Well, the business partners say the giveaway will still happen Saturday, but instead of in Richmond Heights, they plan to stop by several gas stations in North County and randomly pick up the tabs for customers.